Good afternoon. Just come out for my first bike ride of the season. I'm not a big biker, like I'm not a big runner, but I like to get out and about. I've been sat at the laptop all day today. I've had lots of these clarity calls that I've been giving out for free. So if anyone would like a free 15-minute call just to discuss anything you want really, but whatever's holding you back, whatever's stopping you, whatever you're frustrated with at the moment. I spoke to one guy today, I won't mention his name, and it really pained me to hear that he'd applied for 400 roles. 400 roles. 400 roles, okay? And how many interviews did he get from those 400 applications? 4. I mean, I know the market is difficult at the moment, especially in certain areas, project managers, business analysts. I think this guy wasn't even in one of those areas. 400 applications and 4 interviews. Now, to me it seems obvious, not what the problem is, but what the problem could be. Because if you're applying for 400 roles, then maybe you're applying for too many roles. You're just, machine guns, scattergunning your CV all over the place, applying for anything that's vaguely related to your skill sets. And maybe that comes out of desperation, maybe it is those maybe there are roles out there that do fit your CV and your profile and your experience. So that could be the case. But I would just be thinking of it like, if I've applied for 400 roles and I'm only getting put forward or selected for interview for 4, a 1% hit rate there, then what is it? Am I applying for the wrong things? Right? The other thing that it could be, obviously, is your CV. Right? If your CV is not cutting it, so if the recruiter has given an excuse to not put your CV forward, remember, lots of recruiters have only got 3 CV slots. When the market is very buoyant with candidates, then sometimes they'll only have 3 CV slots to fill. So you might not be being selected for one of those 3 slots. So that's one thing. If you are selected for one of those 3 slots and the client then doesn't want to interview you, then what could that be? That could only be your CV. Not necessarily the look of it, but it could just be that your CV is a mismatch for the role. So again, it comes back to maybe you're not applying for the right types of roles, or your CV is mismatched against the job spec. Obviously, it could be mismatched against what they really want, because a job spec is only a cut-down version. As the more experienced contractors know, sometimes you'll get a job spec that's that big, and the role could be, massive. So it's not necessarily a direct reflection of what the task is in that tiny little job spec that they give you. So there could be a mismatch there in what they really want. They've not articulated in their job specification or to the agency what they want and who they're after. But it could be your CV. So there's 2 opportunities there to get ditched by the recruiter or by the hiring manager. Okay, so look at your CV. Like I say, you don't have to use me. Just do something about it. Don't just bury your head in the sand. If you're applying for 400 roles and you've got 4 interviews, there's a mismatch there. There's a misalignment somewhere. So you want to definitely address that. The next thing that I spoke to about the guy today was, if you are in that same situation, right, and imagine a hiring manager, if I've got a list of CVs that I'm looking at for a Windows engineer, for example, or a monitoring consultant, right, the next thing I might do is look at someone's LinkedIn profile. And again, one of the guys I spoke to today, I can't remember if it's the same one, but their LinkedIn profile was just virtually blank. So again, you're giving the opportunity to the recruiter or the hiring manager to not bother interviewing you, right? Forget all this judgment about whether you like or dislike CVs, whether you agree with or disagree with LinkedIn profiles. I don't give a stuff about that. It's nothing to do with that. It's not about what you think and what I think. It's about what potentially someone looking at your details is going to think. And if they cross you off their list, right, whatever that list is, because of your CV or your LinkedIn profile, then you're not going to get that interview. So just remember that the mission for your CV is to get you an interview. And I also think that's also the mission, partly the mission of your LinkedIn profile as well, is to build connections, highlight your skills and experience so recruiters and hiring managers can find you before the jobs hit the job boards. But also it's there to back up your CV. So if your CV says one thing and your LinkedIn profile says completely different thing or tells a completely different story, then that could be an issue. That could be a reason, if I was a recruiter, to think, hang on, why is there such a mismatch between your CV, what you said on your CV, and your LinkedIn profile? Right, straight away, warning bells. I'll interview these 3 people instead for my 3 CV slots, because gut feeling is they feel better. They're a better fit. So just bear all that stuff in mind, please. And if you've been sitting on the CV that's not changed in years, or you're getting the same results as that guy was that I spoke to today, 400 applications and a 1% hit rate, 4 interviews, 0 offers, you've got to do something different. Okay, don't be stubborn. I'm very stubborn. But if I'm faced with the figures of 400 CV applications and 4 interviews and 0 offers, I'm going to swallow my pride and do something differently. So what can you do differently if you're in a similar situation to that guy? Please, please, please think about it. It really pains me when I see these people not getting the results they want, not getting the results they deserve. Okay, and if you want one of those free 15-minute clarity calls, my contract's been delayed. I don't know when it's starting. So at the moment, those calls are open for this entire week. So please book one as soon as you can, and I'll put the link below this video as well, just to make sure you get that. Okay, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Fill your cup, get out and about, get out in this lovely, lovely weather, get some fresh air into your lungs, reset yourself if you're stuck in a rut, and be positive, okay? All the best. See you soon.